episode of Ask Britt Shit. If you are wondering why I am wearing a fluffy robe that gives me shoulders of a linebacker, it is because I thought I would get some fresh air in this wonderful cave of mine, and I forgot that it is like, 30, 35 degrees outside, and so I opened the window and left, and I came back to record and turned my balls into icicles. So that's why I'm wearing a robe, and I'm drinking some Maker's 46 to help the warming process expedite. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Our first question comes from Chris. Old school versus new school. I noticed that modern games seem to lack a certain charm that old schools had, but modern games are much more competitive and look considerably better. Thoughts? This is a hard one because I'm gonna have to go with both. Forget it. I can't even try to rationalize one over the other. I love old school games because yes, they do have a certain charge. They have a certain charm to them, and there is something about the simplicity and the innovation and the originality of games of old. Not to say that games of today can't have originality, but there are a lot of semi-rehashed ideas out there. But something I do appreciate about newer games is, I was just thinking about this with Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 7. So I just finished Final Fantasy 7 and I just finished Final Fantasy 15 within 2 weeks of each other. And I love both games for different reasons. I love Final Fantasy 7, again, for the reasons I mentioned earlier. It's a great story of the characters, it relies on that. But I also appreciate in Final Fantasy 15 the really cool text and the CG and the character and the facial animations and all those things that you can't get with an older game. So yeah, there's something to do with charm, but there's also something to be said about the current technology. So because I grew up with older games and I appreciate them for what they are, and now I've seen the industry form into, or morph into whatever the fuck the new games that are made. I appreciate both, and I can't really pick one or the other. So yeah, starting to get a little toasty in this robe. Whew. Next question comes from Anthony. Is it Antony or Anthony? Okay, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Fuck, I'm sorry, dude, I suck. Okay, so the big question is Dragon Age Inquisition or Deus Ex Mankind Divided. There could only be one, but which one? The fate of a world hangs in the balance. Well, Anthony, however you say your name, if you knew me, I think you already know what the hell I'm gonna say, and that is Dragon Age Inquisition. Is Dragon Age Inquisition a perfect game? No, not by any means. Is it sort of flawed? Absolutely. But is it still good and charming and fun and Dragon Agey? Yes, and that is all I need in life to choose that over 99% of other games in the world. Not to say Deus Ex was not a good game. I really, really enjoyed it. I did a review on it and I had a lot of fun. I never finished it, unfortunately. But, I think Deus Ex did some things better than Dragon Age, and Dragon Age does some things different. I mean, they're kind of completely different games, so it's hard to compare them. But if I had to pick one, without a doubt, 100% Dragon Age. Bye-bye, Deus Ex. I hope I don't have any pepper in my teeth. I just had some rice with pepper and soy sauce, because that's kind of my go-to meal. I love sodium. So, oh well, excuse the pepper if there is any. Next question comes from, I'm gonna have fun saying this, Joshua Butterworth. What are your thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Do you think it should keep the battle system from 15, turn-based, or something else entirely? So I just finished Final Fantasy VII not that long ago, and I kind of touched on this in my Final Fantasy VII Q&A video. I'm really excited for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. As far as combat goes, I know when they're not doing turn-based, right? Isn't that pretty much confirmed? I really like Final Fantasy 15's combat. I thought it was very intuitive after you get used to the button controls to the controls, and I thought the phasing was neat. I really liked Final Fantasy 15 combat, and I would not have a problem if that was the route Final Fantasy 7 took. Other than combat though, and I have a fuzzy thing on my nose, oh god. Other than combat though, my general thoughts on the remake is I'm excited to see what Square Enix. God, what's up with these fuzzies all over? It's this fucking robe. It's like shedding into the air. It's defying gravity. I'm excited to see what Square Enix comes up with. Final Fantasy VII is forever immortalized into the 3 discs that we know and love, and nothing can ever touch that, nothing can ever change that. So if Square Enix wants to try to do something a little different with it, hey, I'm all for it. I trust them. They did give us Final Fantasy VII, and I think Final Fantasy 15 is a great step forward for the Final Fantasy series. So I have built a confidence, and I'm just hoping that it is I'm hoping the end result gives us more time with the characters, of course, because that's what I live for, and some more in-depth explanation of certain story elements, like with the Zack stuff. I think that would be really cool. What the fuck is up with these fuzzy things trying to eat my brain? Last question comes from David Miles. Any hobbies other than video games? For instance, TTRPGs, miniature painting, etc. TTRPGs. What's a TTRPG? God, I'm so sorry. Nerd card is getting revoked as I speak, as we type. Tabletop. Oh, tabletop. Duh. Huh. I'm very disappointed that I did not know that. And you have every right to be disappointed in me as well. Oh. Okay, now I'm really hot. Hobbies outside of video games. I do enjoy tabletop RPGs. I'm sorry, admittedly, I am not in with the whole tabletop group, the whole tabletop lingo. I really enjoy the Pathfinder adventure card game. I really enjoy deck building games. I've played a couple tabletop other things before in the past, and I've done the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing, which is really, really fun, and I really enjoy it. It's just hard to get groups of friends together, or I would do it more often. So in terms of like nerdy hobbies, hobbies that the public would deem nerdy, besides video games, not really. No, I mean, yeah, man, it's just pretty limited to video games. I do love the occasional anime. I've been watching Fairy Tail for a while because that one is just so cute. Obviously, I love Dragon Ball Z. No, not a lot. There's not a lot there. Outside of the nerd realm, I like travel and I like scary movies. And honestly, video games kind of rock my world. They kind of like control everything I see and do. And my world kind of revolves around them. But that's okay. That's my life, and that's the way I choose to live it, and I am very, very proud of that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Ask Britt Shit, Weird Hand Motions, and Sue. Hope you have a rad weekend, because I'm releasing this video on Friday, and this is going to be weird if you're not watching this on a Friday, but it's all good. Alright friends, have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye! Seriously, hope I don't have pepper in my teeth.